Ooh, well, Tummy is in Karazhan, so I'm guessing it's not going on. Yeah.
Oh. Well, if you see a group, let me know.
There's literally only one group finder, and it's a mage and priest right now,
Oh.
so.
I certainly admire the courage and tenacity displayed by our troops in the field. They face a well-armed, well-trained enemy, and yet they never waver in their loyalty to the cause.
Commander to engineering.
We've been picking up some weird transmissions lately. It sounds a little like German, but it's hard to tell.
Engineering.
You lived in one of the colonies for a few years before linking up with Central, right?
Yes, one of the advantages of working with Advent. On the surface, it was very comfortable, but there was a price.
Created.
Commander, we're attempting contact with a local resistance faction known as the Reapers. These people like to keep a very low profile, so it may take some time before we hear back. While we're waiting, it might be worthwhile to scan the area for additional supplies and resources. You never know what we may find out there. Commander, one of our resistance contacts just tipped us off to a site that may be worth investigating.
Avenger plotting new course.
Avenger's remote scanning capabilities will help us.
Of course,
search
it's
the
just
area for
supplies.
clues or other resources.
If it was alloys, that'd be. Oh, but no.
We've got a lot of ground to cover.
Yeah, there's enough people in the group finder to make a Karazhan, but there's no actual groups there.
Yeah.
Like there's tanks and healers and shit, but
For us, it's impossible.
Avenger plotting new course.
Okay, wait, I just got an engineer. Okay.
New objective added.
The Advent officers have clearly been modified to allow for their subordinates to receive new orders psionically. The implanted chip is the key. The Advent...
oh my god.
Commander, as the resistance continues
Oh.
to grow, there's a better chance of finding openings to strike back at Advent. As it is, we've already.
Wait, I'm getting
clicked
two
on
engineers.
as well, but it put me down at the bottom of the well, and there's just a fucking big ass guy with an axe.
Oh yeah, dude, I was just in that well.
Aw. Nice.
Did you get the greatsword that's right beside it?
I did not.
The dungeon that's right behind that well has the two-handed greatsword in it.
Oh shit. So I was already kind of like at the area that, because like it's like two wells that are linked or whatever, and I got out of one. I was like, oh, I've already been here, so I just went back through. I was like, it must just be like a shortcut thing.
Oh, that's interesting. wonder if other shells use the 200 sword better than like Teal does. Also,
I would think so.
fucking what's her name, Ganesha or whatever her name is, it was apparently in love with Teal.
Yeah.
If you go talk to her in that shell, she's like, "Oh my god, it's you." And eventually, she just has to like hug your ass.
She does show up in Teal's little story.
Fly Ranger
Yeah. And then she's like, "I'm sorry that I didn't do enough to protect you," or something. Even though it seems like he kind of ended himself by drinking too much of that shit.
A high-ranking Advent officer was spotted
Oh.
moving through the area
Alcohol?
with limited escorts.
Demon blood from Manaroth?
For us to disrupt their current operations and throw off their command structure.
I don't know.
Your orders are to eliminate that officer with extreme prejudice.
I guess it's some sort of like
We're tracking the Advent general and his escorts, but we don't have an exact fix on their location.
serum to try and get rid of some sort of rash that was fucking him up. I don't know.
He was sick, and then he was taking like apothecary shit for it, but it wasn't really working. And then he joined a cult that like maybe cured him, but also made him like a murderer. And then he killed all the cult people, and then just started drinking himself to death until. And that's the part of like where I'm at.
Oh,
Damn.
look at Teal having lore.
Moving to designated position. Closing on target position now. Affirmative. Moving out. Moving out. Scanning. Watch.
Oh shit.
Hostiles are moving.
Okay, I'm not a big fan of this greatsword.
No,
Ocean
no,
is
it's
better,
not good.
but it's got a weird like he like pulls back and almost like stabs it forward, but it's not like super long range.
Overwatch.
And then there's like a slow swing, and then the fucking like heavy swing, he like almost spins behind himself.
Roger that.
It's like the longest fucking animation I've ever seen for anything,
Overwatch. I'm on it.
and it doesn't do enough damage more than like the regular two-hander sword. That it's like worth it. But that's why I was wondering if like I wonder if like other shells.
I got the night guy. He's kind of close to where you get that sword.
Oh, is he? Is he in that
Yeah.
castle area?
Yeah, he is. He's in the castle.
Okay, because I'm like right beside the castle. I have to go back and get my fucking souls
Headed
back.
there now. Time to motor. Location confirmed. Rolling. Eyes on the prize.
They better not fucking do it. Okay. Oh my god, they did it.
We're spotted. I've got some serious wounds here.
What the fuck?
I need to get more used to using
No.
these bullets as I have them.
No.
I kind of like sleep
Nah.
on the gun sometimes.
That is the most retarded, stupid, insane thing I've
Yeah.
ever seen.
I don't
I'm
use a lot
sorry,
of the
no.
consumables, which I feel like I probably should.
Because the gun stuff comes back pretty fast. Like when you use it.
Just no
I like the
on that
shotgun
one. I'm
like
sorry.
this. I've got like this crossbow.
Like one guy shooting me, okay. Two people shooting me when I get revealed from concealment? What are the chances of that?
So I didn't realize how much I needed fucking melee swings to be able to crit in the Souls game.
Yeah, the crits feel good.
Like whenever you're swinging, you're not doing that much damage. All you just hit for like 40% of their life. You're like, okay, I feel that. I'm in.
Feels fucking good, man.
Confirmed.
So it's a 33% chance for them to shoot me, and both of them shot. That is unreal.
Already there. Let's do this. Let's do this. Good copy. Moving on target.
Man, why are some fucking beacons so close together, and then there's like areas that you can't find a beacon to save your life for like
Yeah,
like
it's
80
crazy to me that
miles?
there's like such a fucking that's such a bad issue.
Well, see, you guys are just missing the hidden one that are there. You can't see. That you haven't found. You haven't hit that invisible wall.
You know, I don't know about that one.
I mean, Dark Souls did that.
Which there are invisible walls. I just never. They're only in dungeons. So far, for me at least.
Yeah. The other thing too is I think most of the beacons are on the map but grayed out, kinda. When you get kind of like if you have that map section.
Oh, so it just shows up on the map? Okay.
Yeah.
Rolling out. Hostile forces spotted. We're close.
Target identity confirmed. That's the general. Take them out before they can escape. We won't get another shot at this.
No need to ask twice. Roger that. Got it covered. Got it. Will do. Affirmative. Covering now.
I'm gonna walk to. My God.
Got it covered. Eyes on the prize. Overwatch. Roger. I've got my eyes on it.
Because there's no way they should turn this way, but of course they fucking turn this way.
It's down. We're spotted. Got him. We've got Advent here.
So it just happened to fucking patrol at that exact second to come when I'm revealed, dude. I have no words.
Oh, Nick, I found a hidden wall thing outside in the world.
Roger that.
Dude, that's fucking big.
There's a glimpse behind it of one of those like god corpses that's like fat naked dudes.
Target's still up.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
Affirmative. Moving out.
Did you start checking for walls because of me? Or did you just random?
There was a bunch of, I guess technically stalagmites, but it looked like weirdly out of place.
We're picking up an inbound Advent transport. The aliens are going to try and extract the general from the AO. Don't let him get on board that ship. No respite for the dead. The aliens have found a way to mind control them now.
Okay, from that distance, we're just going to pretend it's normal for him to land those shots, and then what, you're also going to land your shot on him? Oh, okay, you're shooting at the guy you have flanked. He took it. Okay, we're good. Crisis averted.
On the move.
Just land this shot. Just please. Okay.
Enemy eliminated.
Menace 1-5, kill confirmed. That's how it's done. We need to clear the area of any remaining hostiles. We can't allow them to recover the general's body.
Rolling. I'm on the move. Good copy. Moving on target. Bombs away!
If this takes down the wall. It took down the fucking wall.
Maintaining position.
Please mind control him.
Clear here. Whoa!
Nah, I'm sorry. That's far too much bullshit. Sometimes grenades do nothing to walls. Sometimes they take them down. Like, why is that RNG, dude? Like, the grenade was so far. Yeah, this game is fucking terrible.
Hostiles coming in from the sides.
Probably gonna miss this time. That's fine. Okay.
Good riddance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Menace 1-5
I save scum this shit because I'm tired of it.
We need to clear the area of any remaining
Yeah,
hostiles.
I
We
feel like it's a
can't
game
allow
designed
them
to be
to
safe
recover
scummed.
the general's body.
It's just the most absolute like bullshit I've ever seen in my life happened back to back, and it's just nah. I have to put the game in its place sometime. And another thing about this game, it's like it's a game that like the more like the deeper you get into it, the easier it gets. It's just the beginning is so fucking RNG heavy.
That's affirmative.
And the game doesn't tell you, it tells you less than Last Remnant does.
Orders confirmed on the move. Affirmative. Covering now. Get out of Need to find some new cover. Advent troops spotted. Yes! Kill! Okay. Bombs away! Not good. Closing on.
AFK minute.
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, no, you stupid, dumbass game. I'm not letting that happen either. Like, I'm sorry. Missing an 80 and then another 80 or whatever on a flanked target? Excuse me?
Target neutralized. Good copy. Moving on target.
88%. Good.
No longer a threat. Burning through ammo fast. Affirmative. Covering now. It's still moving.
And of course, he still just ran. Okay. Now let's see what kind of miracle shit you're gonna land on me. Okay, wait, things are looking good until this person who's rolled 3 HP is now gonna get shot once and they're, oh, you're targeting him too. Okay, that's fine. Wait, okay. Alright.
Moving to designated position. Object secure.
88% with a 1 in 2 in 3 chance to roll a 4 or higher. Okay.
Confirmed.
95% chance to hit. Same with the 2/3 chance. Okay.
Hostile neutralized. I'm out of firepower over here. Okay.
Move here. Just take your shot. I don't care what percent it is. 46%? Sure.
Shot failed to connect.
Alright, you're gonna die. I'm sorry.
Got it covered. Watch the flanks. They're
Yeah,
moving.
you're dead. Maybe you just bleed out though. Oh my god.
There's heavy fire in this zone. Heading there now. Kill confirmed.
We have confirmation. Mission accomplished.
Okay, I only had to escape scum 4 times. X fucking D.
Unprovoked assault upon us today. The Ranger serves as our primary reconnaissance unit.
New objective added.
Hello,
I've updated our
Commander.
latest operational objectives, Commander.
Now that we have more staff on the engineering team, we can start clearing out space for new facilities, Commander. We should keep looking for more recruits, though. We'll need them to staff the facilities once they're built. Commander, so far I haven't seen anything critical among the alien components left over in this area. If we clean this stuff out, we could probably use this space for a new facility. Excavation is underway, Commander, but it's going to take some time to get all that stuff cleared out.
Local resistance forces in the area can get you into the site, but you will need to make contact with their network first. This is only the beginning, Commander. Your leadership will be a beacon to our people across the globe.
Avenger plotting new course.
Right back. Going to the bathroom.
riskier than your last procedure, Doctor.
Central, Commander. Yes, I find the process to be far less disconcerting when the subject has already expired. The results, however, it's best you see for yourself. My autopsy of the Advent Captain has confirmed the existence of an implant, similar in design to the unit I extracted from the Commander. But there are differences.
What kind of differences?
The data you see is being pulled directly from this Advent Captain's implant. The sequence here is essentially you, Commander. Or at least the tactical information they were processing through your mind. As you can see, the data is nearly identical.
They were using you against us.
Yes, however, the Advent data shows signs of decay. Removing the Commander from their network has likely caused significant damage.
Network?
Yes, what we're seeing here is a psionic network. These implants are capable of receiving and transmitting information, a great deal of information, somehow encoded in a stream of psionic energy. My working theory? Advent uses this network to augment the tactical readiness of its troops, as well as the signal from its central.
New objective added.
We're ready to move when you are, Commander. I've updated our objectives based on the latest information.
The Advent Captain seems to provide a means of stabilizing the link between the local subordinates and the Advent network tower itself.
Commander, if we're going to try to build this skulljack that Tigan came up with, we're going to need a specialized facility to test it out.
Commander, the science team has grown particularly interested in this field of research. So,
if you've got the time, we have a little bit of a situation here that could benefit from your help.
Not sure how long our contacts are going to wait for us, Commander. So I'd recommend we proceed as soon as possible. All available soldiers are standing by to deploy. Each faction has agreed to allow a two-person squad to escort them to the rendezvous point. Hopefully that should be enough to keep them from killing each other. We've got a temporary ceasefire in place for the duration of the meet, but still, that doesn't mean we shouldn't be ready for anything.
Sky Ranger deployed.
Menace, ready to deploy.
The Reapers and Skirmishers have been at each other's throats for years.
I think I'm just gonna beat this one mission and then go play a game that requires, you know, that isn't just RNG. And that's Final Fantasy 7 Remake. Or Rebirth. And I'm just, because Rebirth, like, it's like, I know I'm playing bad when I'm dying, and it's all on me. Like, if I was better, I could play better or do better, you know, right?
Yeah, I hear you.
Whereas this game, it's like, I can make the best decisions in the world, and it just won't matter.
Mox.
Pray tell Mox, his death squads.
Squads wiped out out entire camps of my people in the first years of the war.
And I think I'm gonna like. I just wanted to kind of get through the remake, but I'll probably just play through on normal the whole way in Rebirth.
Reapers are born in the shadows, in the cold, harsh world that was waiting for us out there. We rely on stealth and long-range
Also, do you get to see the giant serpent impaled by Sephiroth in the sick-ass new graphics?
Dude, that would be a spoiler.
Okay, I can't wait to see that shit, dude. Oh, man.
I don't think there's anything that's like iconic that is not there, but
Okay, good.
the treat.
Dude, that was so sick, because it's like, holy shit, this guy just 1v1 the snake and fucking impaled it like a... Dude.
He's a fucking Giga Chad.
He is. He is actually the most gigaest of Chads. And that's why Whis seems weird to me. He's like a Sephiroth wannabe.
Yeah, I feel like that's accurate.
Understood. Moving out.
And like I haven't seen any of his dialogue, but he probably talks a lot of shit, like how he's probably better than Sephiroth or something.
What was human died years ago.
Sephiroth was a flawed creation. I'm the real deal.
Yeah, he's nothing. He was overhyped. I'm way better than him.
These creatures' true strength lies in their numbers. As you can see, they fall easily. If we are careful with our shots, we will prevail. Good to go!
I'm kind of curious now. I'm going to Google it. Does Whis talk about Sephiroth? Holy shit, he is revealed to be a vessel for Hojo?
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Never knew that.
Neither did I. That's crazy. Okay, that's based. Whis himself is never like I'm better than Sephiroth or anything. I kind of like him more now.
I'll keep an eye on it.
These creatures' DNA has mutated well beyond what we would classify as human. Perhaps the result of long-term exposure to the alien.
There's a forums.spacebattles.com Sephiroth Advent Children vs. Whis Sturge of Sybaris, August 30, 2006.
Jesus.
That's beautiful.
That is beautiful.
Moving out.
Oh, someone brought up a good point. Apparently, Vincent beats Whis.
My life is in your hands.
And Whis... Vincent is a Giga Chad and he's strong, but I don't think he's stronger than Sephiroth.
True.
The only fate possible for aliens.
But Final Fantasy 7 didn't have fucking headshot capabilities. They're just
I mean, you don't know what Sephiroth is doing, okay? Maybe he...
Come get some. On Overwatch. I am on watch.
Dude, they were really going into it back then.
Yeah, dude.
Like, the Kingdom Hearts 2 example one is the best, though. At least 8 strikes in 1/25 of a second. Talking about speed feats.
Dude, feats are so fucking. I fucking love feats.
Me too.
Affirmative, covering now. Killing time.
Left to turn into these things.
Yes. All we can offer them now is a merciful death. I will reposition. Get it together! Good riddance. My ammunition is almost gone. Loading fresh ammo. Okay. I'm on it. I didn't get it. These creatures are worse even than Advent. If we do not defeat the aliens,
Yeah, you don't must mess with that unless you're seriously hardcore like Mickey Mouse. True though.
I will go.
Big true. King Mickey fucking.
Dude, King Mickey's power scaling is actually probably nutty.
It is, dude. So is Donald Duck. Donald Duck has the fucking Omega player.
True. Very true.
Something previously only thought possible by fucking like Neo Bahamut.
Hmm. And also they are exchanging blows with Greek gods. And winning.
True, dude.
Locked and loaded. Oh. If he is not what you say he is, I shall kill him myself.
Looking forward to this meeting already.
Dude, what the fuck is going on in Dirge of Cerberus? You're fighting Whis inside the Omega weapon?
Covering now.
Dirge of Cerberus was some shit, dude. I don't know how else to tell you.
Dude, that is nutty.
Central. Biological signatures are grouping into a singular mass. One closing in on this position.
Like, it was very anime.
We must push forward before it arrives.
And it played, like, real bad.
I'm on the move.
That was like the one thing about the games in that time period is like they felt like they had to do some kind of like gimmick.
We will make it to your
You know?
Advent in time.
Like, be a shooter or whatever.
Yeah, like, or like slot reels or like fucking The World Ends With You. I never liked that game because I'm like, what is this?
Affirmative, moving out.
It was a little bit strange, wasn't it?
It was.
Hulk says I am to obey. Enemies down.
It's also like, who was asking for it, you know? I don't know.
I feel like games like they just really wanted. They ran with like we could, you know, we'll do this and this, and they were like really fucking, you know, trying to innovate or whatever.
True.
I need to reload.
Throwing shit at the wall and seeing it works.
Yeah.
Now connected to Pixel 9 Pro XL.
If you haven't
Oh wow,
noticed,
she said that one very matter of fact.
Yeah, dude, it was a fucking.
You think maybe it's time we try something else?
If only your
It's like she was on a business call.
these cursed creatures.
Yeah. Very professional.
Hostiles pacified. I'm running low on ammo. It's down. Negative ammo. I'm spent. Let's do this. Position confirmed. Move into position. My life is in your hands. Enemy eliminated. For now.
Then let's not linger here. Head to the evac coordinates now.
Moving as ordered.
Creatures seem to employ some sort of rudimentary communication system. Perhaps auto.
Wait, you get to see how Sephiroth gets Masamune in Ever Crisis?
Like, is Ever Crisis? The mobile game?
No, it's, let's see. Oh. No, yeah, it is the mobile game. FF7 is a free-to-play mobile and PC RPG, blah, blah, blah. Oh, this game. Okay. In YouTube, FF7 Ever Crisis reaches end of service. Oh my. I don't think they were. If you squander an FF mobile game,
they've only gone and done it. Today, we had some news that wasn't particularly shocking. It's come sooner than I expected it, to be honest. I thought that it wouldn't come for another year, maybe. But we have had the announcement today that Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis will be discontinued.
What was that?
It is hard to forgive, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is these reapers of yours that are of true concern.
We, the skirmishers.
Because like Brave Exvius was like a pixel-based game and it ran for like almost 10 years or something crazy like that. And it's still going on in Japan. Also, Final Fantasy War of the Visions is also Japan only now. That was a gacha game. But it was a strategy gacha game.
Moving to designated coordinates. Affirmative. Covering now.
Moving on target location.
I go.
None. Moving to Overwatch.
Final Fantasy mobile games, dude.
There's like at least 4 I know of. 5?
Don't remember seeing these things before.
You were not meant to. Purifiers were created with a singular purpose, to contain the Drop 10, the Lost. We must eliminate this patrol quickly before others arrive.
Fine by me. Take them down.
Repositioning.
Focus my strikes. You weren't kidding when you said those tanks could explode. Careful with these things. We don't need to take any unnecessary chances.
The patrol has been liberated. May their lives not be lost in vain. We must push forward and complete our mission.
Works for...
Oh, it's shutting down in October. So this was just recent. Damn.
Moving to position.
Moving.
Fucked up.
Yeah.
Yes, Commander.
But I think deserved.
Cover me. Reloading.
It's one of those weird games, and I don't like the system where it's like, oh, you have all the characters, but you have to summon for like weapons and other shit.
Oh, yeah, that's weird.
Rolling.
I'm on it.
As of October the 6th this year. And yeah, lots to talk about. Lots and lots to talk about. Like the video, subscribe for future content, but let's dive straight into it. So, I suppose we'll start off with the obvious thing, the announcement. This was put up today, and the announcement goes, we regret to inform you that we will be ending service for Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis on October the 6th, 2026 at 11 PM PDT. We understand that this news may be disappointing, and we apologise for the abrupt nature of this announcement. Since the launch of Ever Crisis on September 7th, 2023, we have worked to provide the best possible experience for our players. After careful consideration, however, we have determined that it will be difficult to continue doing so, and have made the decision to end service. Right, so we'll go over the few bits that they've put here. First off, they've said that red crystals in your possession can be used until the end of service. Obviously, there are still going to be events and seasons and things like that that are going on until the end of service, so, you know, obviously a chance for you to spend those red crystals. And to protect users' personal information, account information will be deleted once all procedures associated with the end of service are completed. So that means that, you know, there's going to be no access. There's going to be no access whatsoever to the game from what we can see. It doesn't seem like they're going to do anything like an offline version, at least not in the near future. Maybe we'll get something eventually covering some of the Sephiroth backstory stuff. You know, maybe something in the style of Final Fantasy Resonance. But as of this moment, there is nothing to suggest that. You never know, some of the DLC for Final Fantasy VII Revelation could end up being related to it. This is me being overly optimistic, and there is a video coming. There has been some DLC leaks, sort of. So there's definitely DLC coming for Revelation. We'll talk about it in another video. But the only other thing that's in this statement is the fact that if you are a Taiwan resident, you can get a refund for your unused currency. I'm going to guess that's down to some sort of law in Taiwan where, you know, you have to be refunded for any unused premium currency. It's a shame that that's not the case for everybody else, because there's going to be a lot of people that have put a lot of money into this game, and whether they've used it or not, all of that's disappearing now. So that's the announcement on the main website. Continuing on with the social media announcement, there are no new Steam downloads of Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis as of yesterday, so if you've not got the Steam version yet, you can't get it. If you've already got it, you're good, you can continue. But if you've not got it yet, that's it. That's an avenue that's gone, you can't download it anymore. In the next part of this post on social media, we have a message from the developers. I've considered reading it, but it's a lot, so I'm just going to leave the link in the description so that you can go and read it yourself. But essentially, they kind of talk about Ever Crisis and what it was meant to be, and how the characters in it, like Glenn, have crossed over into the main Final Fantasy VII narrative, how we got the Sephiroth backstory stuff, everything like that. And there is mention of Before Crisis, which I'll get into in a minute. They also say that in the lead up to the closure of Ever Crisis, they're going to bring back all of the old events, they're going to do a gratitude campaign, things like that. So there's going to be opportunities to play things that you may have missed over the next few months. So, you know, if that interests you, feel free to dive on that. I am going to do a video covering the Before Crisis stuff. Before Crisis is going to be released in 3 parts, one pretty much immediately. I think it's out now or in the next hour or so. And the rest of it will release over the course of the next month or so. We'll go over the roadmap properly, because there is
Dr. Allison on here to talk about this as well.
Mission
Now my youngest has a job,
okay.
so I thought I had an issue, but I got it sorted. So thank you very much. Happy to be here.
Oh, well, we're just getting started. You didn't miss anything.
Yeah.
Dave, you're asking where everybody's from. I'm in North Carolina here. So yeah, it's. I just went to the coast myself last week
RIP,
and
Mandel.
got in the waves. Water was incredibly warm. It was awesome. So, goodness, Dave and I, we sort of chat after each show about what to do for the next one, and we're tossing around some ideas, and we've got a few things percolating, developing that we want to address here on the show. But really, it seemed like the play this week seemed to focus. It seemed to make sense to go all in on the jellyfish. And we're going to get into it today. But I just want to give it a shout out to. I saw Crazy Swede in the chat. His name is Marcus. John, where the heck is Marcus from? Is he from Poland?
Sweden. Sweden. Yes.
Crazy Swede. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry.
He also joined our team quite recently, just after Carrie.
Yeah, we got a chat going just for us hardcore Mars guys, and Marcus is doing some interesting work. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to yield yet, but Marcus has some ways of downloading the entire NASA archive and then looking at how frequently any given landform has been photographed. He's doing some crazy processing there. I don't know what it's going to amount to, but I know he's doing some interesting stuff. So I wanted to bring him into the fold. Shout out to Kari Sievertson, who we'll be talking a little bit more about today. And I don't know if Gary's watching, but hello to Gary. Just a quick preview. I've got a 25-minute video coming out about Gary. I'm doing a showcase on Gary for my next week video. It's all the scenes that didn't make the cut into the film, all the best stuff from Gary, his thoughts on Mars Disclosure, his work and everything. So it's kind of a get to know Gary and a tease about what he's working on next. And as Jean mentioned, there's another gentleman, a geologist across the pond there, Mark Grace, who's been kind enough to put together this catalog of UAP on Mars photographs and data. John will talk to us more about that. But just to preview what we're here to talk about today is this jellyfish, because it made the news. Now, for better or for worse, I don't know what everyone's opinion is about the Daily Mail, but hey, it's coverage. And after that, it kind of blew up, and all credit goes to Carrie Sievertson, who was originally the one who discovered this, and everybody's talking about it. And we're now getting so much attention on this that we're starting to spot some copycats out there who are producing videos on this. And while I'm happy that it's catching on, it's a good indicator that, look, there's something to all this. My interest is in making sure that the people doing the hard work, the putting in the long hours, actually finding this stuff, are the ones credited for this. I think Mars Disclosure is kind of unique in this way because NASA takes the photos, but I don't credit them with discovering anything because I don't want to acknowledge any of this stuff exists. And we can get into it a little bit more. I've got some more thoughts on this, but just as an introduction, as a preview of what we're talking about today. A quick technical question here for the panel. Dave, so we've got a multi-stream going across a few different channels here.
Yes.
And while I see here in the chat, it seems to be a compilation of all the comments across all the channels.
Yeah.
The only way for us to directly respond is if we're watching one of them on YouTube and engaging with the chat there. I'm on your chat, Dave, because I feel like there's a whole lot more people chatting there than they were on mine, but I don't know. I feel like I want to engage. What do you guys suggest?
The feature just above the surface. Can you guys see that little speck?
Yeah.
Yeah. And even in this photograph, you can make it out. It's like the gimbal UFO thing with something sticking out underneath it.
Yep.
Okay, so there's a conventional magnified version of it, and then a deconvoluted upscale to the right. And what deconvolution does is it preserves original photograph detail and it minimizes noise and blur. So all the details are still there, except it's upscaled it and it's not blurry like you get with a conventionally magnified image to the left. So that is actually there, it's real. And there it is in context, so that you can see the upscaler
Whoa.
does a pretty good job. Look at the boulders and rocks and everything else. It's not introducing like weird artifacts, like things that aren't there. When you upscale something, or when you magnify something, it gets blurry, right? Then you get these like dark gray, lighter gray pixels. And what the upscaler does is it averages those down to form an outline of what you're looking at, because some pixels are not completely black.
Okay, that
which
was a nice
means
explosion right
the
there.
object going through it isn't a full pixel wide. So it interprets it as a gray pixel. So it's like a quarter pixel or part of a pixel. And what deconvolution does is it averages out the blur to give you a solid outline, if you guys know what I mean. Because lots of people would say, yeah, but if you look at that on a pixel level, you don't see the detail that you do in the deconvoluted. And I understand their argument, but these are not full pixels. Some of those are light gray, indicating whatever it photographed in that pixel wasn't a full pixel. It didn't cover the full pixel in the CCD. So I don't know if you guys understand what I'm trying to say.
I appreciate you trying to explain it to me.
I
Yeah,
do,
very good
and
explanation, and
yeah.
this one even
Oh,
looks
yeah.
good without the upscaling. Even just enlargement, it looks very good.
It's true. The side by side makes me almost see like vaporous, like like it's some sort of vapors or something leaking from it. I don't know, but
Yes.
it's very interesting what the side by side does to
We'll
what I see.
we'll take a closer look. There we go. So we can see one protruding part coming out quite clearly, but then there's some blur underneath it. And it looks as if that might be stirring up some sand or dust, and it might be obfuscating what
And
might
sorry,
be
am I
another one of
looking
those
correctly?
probes behind
Does
it.
it have an antenna? It looks like it has like a very small, tiny antenna even to it.
On top.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, if you look at the
That's even more convincing.
I'm with Jean. The legs, or what, for lack of a better word, are obscured by either dust or cloud or something, moisture, something like that. I don't know, but we're not seeing the full leg there, for lack of a better word.
it looks like there's a dust cloud being
Yeah.
kicked up underneath the object.
Correct.
Or
And
like a
then
flying saucer, and then something is being poured from it. Just
Maybe.
a saucer, and then something is
You're right.
coming leaking out of it.
Can
Who
we zoom back?
knows?
Yeah.
Can we
Sulu,
zoom back out
eject
for a
plasma
second?
fuel.
It's
Zoom back
alien
out.
sewage dump.
Sorry, go ahead, Megan.
Just can we zoom back out for a second? We got a geologist with a question here about something else. Same level, maybe
Where is it?
further out. Far right site, same level. Dark elongated. I'm not sure what they're talking
Which
about.
comment is it?
The one I have up on screen right now.
What's on
Is
the
he
far
talking
right?
about part
Oh,
of the rover in the
this.
bottom right-hand
Oh,
corner?
okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's part of the rover. It's one of the detectors
Okay.
that are in the field of view of this camera.
Got it. I was so fixated on the on the tripod robot. Jean, I have a video pulled up of that Iraq thing. Can I show it real quick?
Yes, this is where the jellyfish name came from.
Okay.
They refer to it as the jellyfish UAP.
Okay.
In the Department of Defense tranches as well.
Let's just take a quick look at it.
Okay. Shall I stop sharing, or how does this
I
work?
think you just leave it. I'm sharing right now. Everyone can see this. I'll put yours back up.
Sure.
So this is over a military base in Iraq. I don't know the exact details. It's like the date and time or whatever, but this
2018?
Yeah.
2018 Al Taqadum Air Base, Iraq.
Got it.
And this thing appeared multiple times. I'll show you the article. Thanks to Brian for pointing the article out.
Your presentation's back up, but I just wanted to everyone to see that thing in action.
Okay. Because that's a screenshot from that famous video.
Mm-hmm.
And this thing's also got a main body to it and 3 protruding parts underneath.
Correct.
And this thing was spotted multiple times in the infrared. It wasn't visible to the naked eye, as far as I understand. It was visible in the infrared.
Oh.
And this thing was spotted going into a nearby lake, water, and it was down there for something like 17 minutes. It resurfaced and just shot off up into the atmosphere. That's one of the accounts that Jeremy Corbell was speaking about when he first released this. He actually released this before the Pentagon did. Okay, there it is.
The Daily Mail, awesome.
Floating jellyfish, UFO haunted US military base in Iraq for years. And yeah, this was in
I'm just
2017.
giga farming these last.
But there's conflicting dates.
And as Cal
Some people
once
say it's
said, just for
2018.
me to lose on the next
Some
missions.
stories refer to it as 2017 or 2018. There's no like certainty. It's very weird that they're confused about that.
Jean, is it possible to upscale the?
Huh? Was that a 96% chance shot you just missed, my dude?
You could do. Somebody's
Um,
asking in the chat.
I actually did over here in the screenshot.
Okay.
Yeah, that's an upscaled version that you're looking at there.
What the fuck?
If you upscale it any more than that, it really breaks up quite badly because the original is really low res.
No.
And I think it was done on purpose.
No. No, no,
But
no,
yeah,
you
that is an
stupid
upscaled version that you're looking at
dog
there.
shit game. Like, that is fucking unreal. A 96 and 88 and
right,
83
so-
missed on the same target in the same turn, back to back.
It was spotted multiple times.
That's what I mean when I say this game
I don't know. Do you want to talk about the article?
is so
Brian?
bad.
Well, look, I think just for the purposes of our presentation today, so we can get through this quick.
Oh, okay, you keep saying it's bad. How would you fix it?
the
If you
idea
ever
of a-
shoot something
Look, when I first heard, I
and
don't
you
know,
miss,
when I first heard this idea of a
you should go up to 100. Like,
jellyfish
the next shot is 50, so
shaped UFO,
like say
I
you shoot
stepped
someone
back
with a
to
60%, you miss, your next shot is 50%. Well, since the total equals over 100%, the shot should hit. That gets rid of a lot of bullshit in this game if you just have that feature in.
make me feel better about the unknown.
Yeah, the universe.
But the fact that they're coming in all sorts of shapes is just endlessly
Point of the game is the bullshit.
confusing to me. And when we get such
I guess.
silly things like jellyfish, but okay, fine.
Called it a tripod.
Jellyfish is a thing now.
Oh, welcome back.
Okay. And
Look who's back.
if we're talking about this and it's making national news,
I
international
was an
news
AFK.
coverage, and we're seeing something
job,
that
dude.
kind of sort of looks
Hi.
like it on
I didn't
Mars,
go get
and we'll
Chinese
get into
food.
why we don't think it's just
So,
a camera glitch or
keep
just
your
all that
accusations to
kind of
yourself.
stuff. Then it's just something that I seriously
But I do
that
have
we
beef
need
with
to
broccoli.
take seriously. So
Absolutely. So yeah.
So
It
how'd you
wasn't
get
the
it then
only
if you weren't
time that a
AFK?
jellyfish UAP was spotted. Now, recently, in an article published on the 24th of June 2026, a fighter pilot that was downed, him and his jet, in the Iran war, says that he also saw a jellyfish-shaped UAP. So this isn't the second time the military has reported a jellyfish-shaped UAP.
You know, I think Neil would have
He
really
says it
liked
looked
Final
like
Fantasy
a
XIV
swarm of drones that flew in a jellyfish shape.
because of like how tanks work in that game.
Wow.
But isn't that weird, eh?
Well, like all the tank
So-
classes are fucking super sick, you know.
Yeah, dude. Gunbreaker, Gunblade.
Gunbreaker,
Yeah.
Warrior, Dark Knight, like
So,
Paladin's kind of whatever.
let's
But
look
like,
at other
Yeah.
UAPs or UFOs spotted on Mars with probes or antennas or protruding parts. These have all been found by various researchers.
it like feels
Curry,
cool because
myself, Joe White,
there's limit breaks in
Scott
Final Fantasy
Goering.
XIV, Neil.
So I'm not
And
gonna,
like,
I can't
the
remember who
tank has to do
discovered
the
what,
limit
but
break
I'm just
properly to set up a
asking the
barrier to protect
researchers
everyone that
found
you stand in.
these items.
Like,
So
it has cool
yeah,
shit like that.
what could these parts be that are sticking out?
This cool shit, dude.
It's very odd.
It's odd that they all have parts that stick out.
Yeah.
Also, their cinematics are
Yeah.
go fucking hard.
And
They do
then
go really hard.
there's
I
various
fucking love Final Fantasy
categories
14.
from all the
It's just like
information
the
we've
story
gathered
is so
so
fucking
far.
like
We can
starting it from
start
fresh is like
putting these
It's a
things
lot.
into classifications.
you have like 200
and
hours of
categories.
fucking quests.
You can optimize them and everything.
Yeah.
The guy in the X-Files always used to say.
Huh. So
It's
they're in a
categorized,
fucking. They've never
itemized,
fixed the
and
WoW Classic
filed.
Lovely issue for getting
Well,
through
I'm just paraphrasing.
filler content.
The
All
guy
of these
from
No,
are
well, they
very sporty.
they you
It's just
still
like
go
you need
through
to-
it,
Either research vehicles or
Yeah.
something,
which is
or
good
they're
and bad because it's like
sporty. The
you do
one
get the whole
thing
story that way.
tripod, it's a little
But like he's saying, it's like fucking
perhaps
200 hours of
the
content or
UFO
some
version of the
shit.
Piper or RV on Mars taking a vacation and they're
Like just
their
doing the main
sewage
story
tank right there.
quests.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get over what Oleg said. Go ahead.
And the
go
one
ahead, Megan.
above it is also, I think, can you go the slide back? Because, yes, here, the one above it, like above right, is also looking different for me. Like these two are similar, and the other one, like a different kind of for me, too.
Yes. That shape even shows up. Yeah, for example.
Yeah, it's good that you
Um,
showed the white one because, you know, if they all are similar to each other and all in black, someone can say, oh, it's like a camera defect or something, but it's also white, so it can't be like camera
Yeah.
damage or something.
No, look at that pinwheel top right.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And the next category, these have got bulbous parts on their bottoms. Bottom parts. And then we've got those that we don't know how to classify. Mark Grace and I, when we put the UAP catalog together, said, let's call these insectoids.
Call them
Well,
dragonflies.
he actually came up with the name insectoid.
I like dragonfly better.
Yes. But isn't that awesome? Isn't this amazing? And this is just the top percentage of what's been discovered.
Like the best
For
one.
me,
Tip of the iceberg.
for me, the gimbal ones are just the same ones, but upside down and from like looking from a little bit different angle. They are very
I think
similar.
so too.
Yeah. It's like the same objects, but you know, you look from
Doing-
like down below, for instance, and from an
Yes.
angle.
Yeah,
You're
or it's
completely right.
performing a different task, so it looks different as it does. Like maybe it has tripods that stick out at the bottom when it needs. Maybe there's a little antenna that sticks up and takes readings.
Or a flushing toilet.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna check for some
Performing a
Tarzan.
Fidget spinners, says the chat. That's what indeed.
Oh,
they
chunk.
do resemble
Yep.
the bottom
Those
one.
see what's fucking
Jean, real
around.
quick, I didn't catch
Sure.
the
So you want to
dimension,
level alts too? Let me
dimensions
know.
of the jellyfish. Is there a guess or a number?
But I figured you'd probably just look for a Karazhan and then go Mortal Shell
can't
too.
say because
That's
there's
probably what I
no
was gonna do.
scale indicator.
Understandable.
I'm fucking
Like
in
they
the fucking
provide with the
beacon
high-rise
log of
photographs. For
there's no
example, they'll say
beacons.
25 centimeters per
Dude, there's like
pixel,
the northeast area of the
55
map literally just doesn't
centimeters
have
per
any beacons. I
pixel.
actually like got
In
tilted
the
and looked up a map,
analyst's notebook,
so I couldn't
You mean
believe
the white area?
which is
Where
also a NASA
there's a
area?
beacon at the very north of the white
research
area,
site
but
where
like
the
so
Getting there is
analysts
no
east of the
go
pain.
white area,
analyze the photographs,
there's just fucking
convert
nothing.
the
Like
black
it's just
and
that
white
fucking Black Ridge
via
Pass
encoded
beacon,
photographs to color. Then they publish
which is
those
insane
there.
to me
They've got a
personally.
tool
Okay.
to measure
There's
distance
a
and size,
there's a group with
but I didn't
222
find
that has lightning
a scale
capacitor hard res. I'm
indicator
assuming
for
that guy's an
many
LA
of
shaman.
these things.
Yeah,
You
that's
Yeah, I
fair.
can't
think
measure the
there
size
is
of
like
things.
an advanced program to do that, but they are just not using it for
And they've
photos
got a
for
druid
people.
tank and a
I know for
paladin tank,
military
so that's
for
not
sure
bad.
it is like that
And
because you
a
can't from
priest and
look from
a
the image
rested
and
druid.
say and estimate the dimensions because something is further away and not
But
equally
there's no
further
partial runs.
away. You know what I mean? So,
It's
Yeah.
but there are
it's full only.
3D softwares out there here on Earth to do that. So I
Mm.
wonder if they could apply it that.
Oh, well, I mean, the bow is probably not even going to drop. The cloak is probably not going to drop. It's just going to be Gorehowl, stupid shit again. And
If you look at the
We're
the
stuck with the
object
fucking
itself
axe that nobody wants.
and the
Yep.
amount of blur there is out in the distance, I would say that object is behind this small hill in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's also blurred as much as the hill in front of it, if not a bit more. So it could be very close to that hill. And I'd say that hill is about 80 meters from the rover,
Mm-hmm.
a good guesstimate. So that object, I would say, is about 5 to 8 meters in length. The Angry Astronaut, I think, also puts its size as at about 5 meters, if I recall correctly. Brian, do you recall what the Angry Astronaut had to say about the size?
No.
I think he said 5 meters.
The
But
one
look,
in
yeah.
Iraq looks like 5 meters too, actually, if you compare it to the buildings, like when it's flying.
Yes. But okay, we can't say for sure. We like sort of guesstimating the size. If it was closer to the camera, it would be more defined and not as blurred. That's what I'm sort of trying to say here. So to me, it says it's quite far away, at least 80 meters or so away from the rover. And these things are always out in the distance. Like they're keeping a separation distance on purpose. They don't come any closer. Because I've been hunting the archive and I can't find one that's really close up. So let's see. The next thing is Mark Grace put this graph together for us.
I wish
In the chat,
all
his-
dungeons would
his
like have like the
handle
return to
is
dungeon entrance thing, so I could tell if there's like
geologist.
it's
I
done.
think they do. It just
Yes.
sometimes it spawns in weird places.
Anyway,
I can't remember his handle now, but he put this graph together.
Like I know the
from
one
the data
I
we've
did.
added to the archive
I did the
so
final
far.
room, and then I started
So
like running
these
out. And it was
show
like at the second room, so like
the
entrance,
gimbal-like
like second from
UFOs
last
that
room's
I showed
entrance.
you
And I'm like, why the
in
fuck
the
is it out
slides
here?
just before this.
Like as far as I can
And
tell,
on
this
what
dungeon is just like a
souls
hallway
they
in a
appear.
room.
And there's a gap of
And I
about
just don't see,
150 souls between each.
Maybe I didn't put
There's
one 'cause it
like
was
a
so short.
pattern that's starting to show up here.
And it
In
had like a
these
chest at the
gaps,
end that had a thing in it.
I'm
I
starting
don't
to
know.
look for further evidence that these may have shown up again. But there's like thousands of photographs between that soul at about 2000 and the one there at about 2500. There's a lot of photographs.
Mark Grace, thank you so much for doing this. This is the advantage of crowdsourcing, is it not? You know, for someone to catalog these things and put it together, a little chart for us like this.
It's amazing, isn't it?
I mean, I just love my Mars crew for doing this stuff because each person feels like they can contribute in their own unique way, and they're adding something new to this whole thing. Wow, cool effect there. It's
Sorry,
just
guys.
trippy, man. So,
What am I doing?
Hold
I
on,
know.
I'll get rid
shout
of
out,
it.
Stop
Mark.
chewing. I don't know what happened. I wanted to go to the next slide or the next.
It's okay. You can reshare it. No big
That
deal.
looked horrible. Sorry about that, guys.
Don't worry about it. It's all good. This all happens
I
on
thought it
live
was
stream.
really fun, John.
Yeah,
Thanks, man.
it looked
That
kind
was-
of cool. It was very multiverse like.
Very
I don't.
multiverse.
I hope no one with epilepsy is watching that part of the live stream. Really. Okay, so can you guys see Megalithic Mars, the blog?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, this is my blog where I feature all the images of each of my videos for people to go in and download and check for themselves. Everything's there. Everything you see in my videos, you can find here as well. So you can go into the original, you can look at the upscaled version. All that's there for you guys. Yeah, this is just that weird object, the Black Knight. Like,
Right.
theoretically, you guys are familiar with the Black Knight, huh?
Oh yeah. Is anyone not? The Black Knight satellite.
There's
It's
an
out there, right? There is one out. There is something out there, right?
Yes, there's a Wikipedia article talking about the conspiracy theory as well. Here's the illustration I put together of what I speculate we're looking at. I like to build 3D models in Adobe Dimension. So this is my take on what that thing is. It's not a space blanket.
I like it.
There's the original.
Wow.
Anyway,
Dude, is
let's
that a
look at,
photograph right there? That right there?
yeah,
Go back.
yes, please. Taken by the STS-88 space shuttle crew.
And they say it's not wreckage or.
No. They put together an animation of photographs taken of that so-called thermal blanket. And
They say it's a thermal blanket from
yes,
the space station.
and I've compared the shape of this thing in every one of these frames, and it doesn't agree. I don't know how they can say that that is that same object. And it's moving down towards Earth, and it's going to burn up very shortly. Objects in orbit take years to deorbit and burn up. Yeah, they're claiming that thing's deorbiting. And if it's a thermal blanket, it will take even longer to deorbit and burn up. But anyway, that's just more. That's beside the point.
No, it doesn't look like a blanket at all.
No. If you go to catalog in the main menu, you'll see Martian UAP catalog. And this is the catalog that Mark Grace is maintaining for us. It's available as a PDF download. We had version 2 already.
Sweet.
And here it is, thanks to Mark. He puts all the data in. I created all thumbnails we look at. So there's the conventional gimbal UAP we're all familiar with. It's just there for reference. Then we get to the first part of the presentation, which is known camera artifacts or digital processing errors. And these typically show up over and over and over again in rover photographs in the same location on each photograph. So it's either something wrong with the camera or a digital processing error that always occurs at that specific point in a photograph. So to the left, you can see conventional magnification and then an upscaled thumbnail to the right. And these are known camera defects. There's a digital processing error where it makes these black blocks. That's an example of those. Then we get these that always seem to appear in the same spot in each photograph taken by that specific camera. So these are knowns. Then we get to cosmic ray bursts. The one there that looks like an orb could
Okay,
be a burst directly
immune to
into
melee
the
damage is fine.
CCD, where the
Immune to
one
explosives
at
would
the
be
top is
cringe.
more like going across the CCD. Am I right, Brian?
Jean, that top one there, the streak that looks like it's going down, was that the one that I provided you?
Well,
I
it's
know there
super
was
cringe
something
because
like 28.
all chosen have
And then
armor
Mark
defaultly,
chose one.
and the main way to get armor off is an explosion.
Cosmic ray bursts are a pixel wide, so it may
Okay,
look thick
I can see why that's a
here,
little bit
but it's
cringe.
because it had to be
Yeah.
magnified to get it visible,
Yes.
essentially in a
Yes.
spreadsheet fashion.
Especially early on,
Yes,
because
the
there's
one
a
on the
if
left
you're
is
heavy weapons guy can take a talent where their cannon attacks shred armor, but
800 times.
really probably don't have that by now.
So every
So.
time that is the conventional explanation, and maybe now would be a good time to pivot to that, assuming John is wrapping up here. But like we
No,
we can,
Brian,
go ahead.
can I just quickly? Can I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
quick?
go ahead.
I know. I'm also itching to get to that part. There's also another digital processing artifact. We get these black blocks with this sort of snowish, like an old TV CRT with no signal, that blurry pattern. And then we get to those that we classify as actual objects in the Martian sky. These appear randomly in different locations, in different cameras. Yeah, we're looking at the left navigation camera, right navigation camera, the hazard avoidance camera front, hazard avoidance camera back. So 4 cameras on the rover have captured these objects independently in the Martian sky. Yeah, I'm just going to briefly scroll through those. Many of these were in my presentation.
What?
And what's nice is when you download the PDF, you can click on these links and they'll open the original NASA page for you as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you can actually go in and see what was in that photograph. So,
Brilliant. This is brilliant.
Great work.
right. So, thanks, man. Thanks to Brian as well for capturing that data.
That weird tube one. Can you go back to that one? It's like a tube, almost like a baseball bat. Keep going. What the?
Yes, isn't that strange, eh? There's the original photograph.
This is amazing, Jean. I mean, not to harbor on it, but that you've got together and collated a fucking spreadsheet that I can drill down on. This is pro stuff here, dude. This is so much. Good job, dude.
I think, was it your idea or Mark's idea, Brian?
Go up.
Yeah, well, here's where we credit those
Stop there.
folks who don't necessarily get a lot of the public attention. Mark Grace is a geologist by profession, but he just started following us online and felt like he could contribute in this this way. And kudos for him for putting in the work for doing this. It's kind of like, I don't want to do this kind of work, but Mark stepped up and put it together. And at a glance, you can just see the totality of evidence that we keep talking about. It's like, guys, there's something here. And we could go through the conventional explanations. I'll let John finish up, though.
That one looked like a bird. That's why I had him stop on that one up there.
Yes.
But it's okay. Quite
It actually
literally
looks
looked
like
a
that
hawk
in
or
the
something.
original.
Uh-huh.
Check this one out, the dragonfly.
Yeah, dragonfly. Let's make that stick. Let's start calling that a dragonfly.
There's even something above it.
Yeah.
Like, this game is so bad. It doesn't make sense.
Well, because the efforts here, Mars disclosure has baggage associated with it because previously Mars researchers have sensationalized the topic, and have posted kind of manipulated images. And the benefit that we have here is at a glance we can see what the original photograph looks like and what the enhanced photograph looks like.
This isn't even like a mad cause bad situation. You can't tell me I should count on an 80%, 70%, and 70% shot missing when you only have
we want to try to be
so
as
many troops. Like that's
our work is
that's insane, man.
We provide URLs, we try to address the skepticism, and we put it out there to the world, and we collect feedback. And if there is legitimate responses that we get that can explain some of these things away, then we will, correct ourselves going forward. But sometimes there isn't. So it keeps us pursuing these things, and our work builds upon those who came before us, and then there's going to be people after us who have something new to contribute. Credit goes to the 3 new people to the scene who you guys don't know yet. Mark, like we just mentioned, Kari and Marcus. They're doing some interesting work, finding some interesting things. Kari Sievertson is like the hot new rookie of the team here.
Yes.
Right out of the gate and finding stuff, and then all of a sudden making the news, going viral online. Next thing you know, Billy Carson and Daily Mail are talking about these things that CNN in Brazil is posting about.
I don't. Do you guys think I'm playing bad if I'm counting on 1 shot to miss or 1 shot to land out of an 80 and 2 70s?
But I want to point out, for the audience, that Brian said this is almost crowdsourced. That just really stuck with me, that this was somebody coming.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Going, I see what
that sounds pretty
guys are
reasonable.
doing.
Yeah.
Here's what I can do.
Rationally, no, but from what you've told me, maybe.
So much, and
that's XCOM, baby.
Fair. And at that point, is it my fault for expecting the game?
You make it seem like a 95% is actually a 50-50.
And you, Brian.
It is.
So,
as well as Mark.
That means that your 80% is probably closer to like a 20%, and your
without the efforts,
85 is probably closer to like a fucking like 30.
That's actually accurate.
So,
I'm not gonna lie.
That concludes my side of it. Is there anything else you want me to show before I stop sharing?
For Play XCOM, I'm just going off of your
That's good.
number
What
statements.
I want to actually do before we continue talking about this is for Dave.
And okay,
Megan,
that's true. So then, am I bad for not accounting for that?
First of all,
just blame fucking the Democrats and call it a day.
After deciding
why not the liberals?
To join Dave
That's
in the whole multiverse show.
Then you can count the
guys
fucking
have
like
covered
liberals up
so
in
many
Canada too.
different
You just get the
things. I
whole
wonder if you
group of
feel
them.
like you said you bargained for.
It's probably Carney's fault, to be honest with you.
That you guys cover, and all of a sudden we're here on a Sunday talking about jellyfish UFOs on Mars. Like, did you ever think you'd get?
Is that fair, Nick?
I mean, I know there's a lot to.
That's fair, dude.
Thank you.
So I'm just wondering, like, how far out
Be right back, real quick.
this is compared to like everything else you guys are doing.
I think what I keep saying recently is that like the more I learn, the less I feel like I know. But the deeper I dive into this stuff, the more deep I realize it is, that I'm only just skimming the surface. Even talking to these brilliant people, there's just so much out there. It's hard to really wrap your head around the whole picture. How does this all come together? What does it all mean? But I love to get to be a part of it. So I'm definitely not feeling regret. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's been fun, and I've always been open to jellyfish, but the first place I go, and hopefully this doesn't get us demonetized. I don't have I don't have the.
All right, I'm back.
But I'm just saying, half jokingly, that I'm open to some kind of robotic civilization living inside Mars, like inside underground in Mars. Okay. And potentially here. All right. But let's just take a quick 10-second look at this. Because this is the first thing I think about. That's why I asked about it right away. And I look, when I am open because because of what Megan said. It's the more we talk to people, the more we realize what we don't know, and then the whole everything opens, all the possibilities open up. And I'm not saying I believe that there's a robotic civilization on Mars, but did you guys see all that shit we were looking at today? You know, I mean, and then we also see the same stuff on Earth. So I don't know, man. And sometimes Hollywood foreshadows real life, and maybe Tom Cruise is in on it. That's all I got to say. So.
Jason, you know, when Ricardo first talked to you about doing a Mars show, and then you seeing Jean's work, and then us being introduced to each other, you know, it's like you you actually have access. The thing about Mars is that all we have is photos. We have photos and data. We're not able to get out on site, you know. So the it's hard to accept these things as being actual tangible items when we see them in photographs sometimes, and I have to deal with all these people. I've seen so many comments this past week about how NASA is fake, Mars is fake, space is fake. Like, you guys really believe we went there? It's like the ridiculous comments like there. And you know, Jason, it's I think back to your videos when you're going out into the wild, standing next to what appears to be some giant rock, but it's got this circular carving into it, and you know, it just seems so intuitive that yes, Mother Nature doesn't do this, and I am a real person standing here next to this thing that has been manipulated by human hands.
Right.
You know, there's a disconnect with Mars, which makes it harder to message on it. And for you and your background, you know, I'm just curious as to, you know, what keeps you showing up to this show every week, Jason, when you know this isn't necessarily what you started, where your interest was originally, you know.
Several reasons. One of them, I think I already mentioned, was, you know, and you started with the great independent researchers and the work that I see being done here. You echoed, Brian, that I was already prepped by having found things here on Earth that sort of put me at a slightly different conscious level than the standard narrative, you know, a place, territory we're all familiar with. So I was sort of already grounded in that, you know, Brian. But the other thing I learned in that was it was the amount of anomalies, you know what I'm saying, that started to convince me, right? It's not just, as you mentioned, the one big circle. It's when everywhere I looked in this landscape, there'd be some rock. That's a question, that's a question, that's a question, right? So that's sort of also the thing I knew. I already sort of knew that, okay, the overwhelming amount is how I kind of convinced myself, you know what I mean, of what I was finding. And then I did a show about an hour before this one, Brian, my show called Finding Things Within and Without, right? And funny enough, I'm going to echo what Megan said here. I've got a saying I've started saying that one of the most valuable tools I had in my own little personal tool belt when this whole process, this shamanic calling, you know, life turned upside down, trying to change, whatever you want to call it, the most valuable tool I had at that time was my "we don't know anything" hat, right? Anytime I got in situations, I would put that hat on because through, as I said in the show, through my own trials and having to get away from the thorns that were attacking me in real life, right, I learned to disengage out in the wild, right, and then start go looking for these things because I had to, you know, to maintain my connection. But to answer you, I think it's very important that we approach life itself. We know at the quantum level, Brian, that when a photon gets a consciousness looking at it, it picks a state, right? So that alone is a limiting the unlimited, right? So if we know unlimited is sort of its base potential, why would we keep limiters on? And I think a narrative is a limiter. So I saw the fine work of you guys. I continue to see it. I see this spreadsheet just showing up to learn that somebody came out of nowhere and said, I believe in you guys and I want to put a spreadsheet together. Our damn government should be doing this, right? This is work people should be paid for. But this is human beings just saying, I'm taking my time. These are things I do, Brian. I'm taking my time, things you guys do. And I'm going, this is important. And I've got some talents I could add to it. And this story needs to get out to the whole, right? And those are things that on a personal level I see happening right here. So to answer your question directly, that's one of the many reasons that keeps me showing up, right? Now, on a personal level, once I learned what I learned about here on Earth with what I found, as you say, I call it antediluvian, whatever. Well, listen, that's a story right there that still leads 1,000 more questions. And when John and his work started showing me shit that looked like Peru, that looked like from above the stuff we're finding in the Amazon, old pyramids, right? And I start going, look, all that splattered rock, that looks like what I found in North Alabama. That looks like something big was here and something blew up, right? And so instantly I can just go, well, what if the same thing happened? And what if that indeed is part of the human story? That's what I'm passionate about, is getting to the truth of who we are and just damn where we are. Because when we've got the proper hat on, we don't really know the answer to any of those questions, Brian. And if there's certainly something on Mars, the anomalies keep me here. But if there's a connection, if that's part of our story, then it's certainly worth being investigated for everybody watching and for all of us, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, Jason, I have a follow-up question for you, but before I ask it, I want to hear from Oleg because you mentioned something just a second ago, Jason, like the I don't know anything cap, which is kind of the crux of Oleg's book, where he has very eloquently compiled quite a variety of information into one easy to read book, where the argument essentially is there we have copious amount of data supporting this idea that there was an advanced civilization on Mars. And I struggle with, and I'm eager to know Oleg's thoughts. What I struggle with is, and I think this is what a lot of people struggle with, is the uncertainty that we have. We really feel good when we feel like we know everything. We've got a handle on everything, and the unknown or the mysterious frightens us to a degree because we don't have answers for that. And we like to think life is so simple. We get up, we go make our breakfast, we go and run our errands, we have family, we sit down and we watch Netflix, whatever the case may be. But what is life, et cetera, et cetera. But so I want to come back to you, Jason, in a second, because it's sort of a tangential question. But Oleg, I want you to reflect on what Jason just said about what we sort of we don't know things. What compelled you to try to start putting these dots together? How is your perspective evolving since you put together the book? Now that you've joined this crazy Martian crew, and now we're opening it up to freaking different planets now. Like, what's your take on all this?
When it comes to the fact that we know so little, I felt I was very intense in my middle high school, plenty of different competitions and stuff. I was even, when I got into all of that, I wanted to know everything, whatever I can about, biology, human evolution, history, the universe, physics, how does it work, possibilities within like spiritual stuff, soul. And then I realized, after going into all of these different kind of routes at the same time, I was like, I woke up from the matrix, because it was only then when I started learning everything, I realized that it's just an illusion what we are actually learning, because we are learning, for instance, at school, oh, this is how the DNA works. Okay, or about the universe, oh, we know these are the exoplanets and they can inhabit life and they have probably water, etc. But when you actually learn, how do we know about exoplanets and others? We just know about, the radiation the elements are giving from this particular region, from this particular planet. So it's not like a very precise knowledge that, okay, this is a large green planet with water. No, not at all. It's like our overinterpretation of these facts. So I would say I woke up from this matrix because very often we learn, and I think it's a very good for learning that you are saying, okay, I know that. I right now know this more, and you have like confidence that you're learning. You're feeling like you know more and more. But I felt that it's all illusion, and what we know, in all of the textbooks about biology, about the space, about physics. We know so much, the laws of physics. We can calculate so many things, and it looks incredible. But it's all an illusion, and we know probably like 1%, 2%, maybe even less, maybe more. I don't know how much because I don't know still how much is out there. But then I realized that yes, we know so little when it comes to all this more stuff while I'm still showing up for me. And I've heard about these topics already a few years ago, but I didn't have time to research it all because when I went into lost civilizations and stuff, it was a very deep research. And a book may have 400 pages, but actually if I wanted to get all of my thoughts down on this topic, it would be like a few thousand pages. But then you need to strip away all of the data, process it by yourself, get the experience with all of these data processing, and you get probably 10, maybe 5% of all that you've researched, and you go like that. And I feel what you're doing, guys, it's the same thing about Mars. And for me, it's like an advance and a quickened learning process about this Mars stuff, because if I wanted to research it myself, and I am interested in such things, let's say in a few years from now I would like to research this topic, it would take me so many years to have all of the conclusions. Like John, you are looking at probably hundreds of thousands or even millions of images. It's so much work, and I have everything compressed. I'm grateful actually for that. I have everything compressed, with all of the Johns, your Brian's, and all the other Gary's research, all of it compressed, after all of the things. Because okay, you can let's say briefly analyze thousand or a few thousand images, but it's hundreds of thousands, millions, and it's also a lot of work into, okay, let's be skeptical for a moment, let's address this skepticism about it, let's give this idea a thought, and this one and this one. There are so many possibilities, and you're guys condensing all of that, years of work and years of your own thinking. And it goes even subconsciously. John is looking a few hours per day, let's say. I don't know how.
So when Mike and I first started the show, and we
To go, holy shit.
Deny these obvious things, and somebody needs to start covering this in a way that, well, I felt like I had something to contribute. But I just wanted you to speak on that, like what keeps you coming back to this, and how do you balance what you want to do and how you express yourself with these interests versus what your immediate circle, like, do you have to hide things? Do you not bring up certain subjects? Like, how do you deal with that, like, on a personal basis?
I think it's been a process over the last couple of years of me really stepping into this realm. I did kind of have like a wake up experience where things just started really not making sense. And I started digging deeper and looking into different sources and realizing that, yeah, what I originally was taught isn't what I believe when I pull back the curtain and look a little deeper. And there was a big process for me of figuring out, like how public I could be about that. And here I am now. um, and yeah, like there's certain people I can open up to more about these things, and I feel like the deeper I step into it, the more wonderful people like you guys I find that I don't have to hide from. But then it is a bit of a balancing act. Like there are certain family members or people in my life that really aren't so open to this stuff, and I'm not trying to push it on anyone, so or hide from them. So it's been a process of sort of learning how to be myself and express myself, but put the energy in towards the people that um are excited about it as well, and sort of let everybody else live in their 3D if that's where they want to be.
Dude, that's funny. Live in the 3D. It's a good way of putting it. Anybody else have any thoughts on this?
You know, I would say that I'm a little bit envious, and I'm not mad at the people who choose to just live their human life within the construct. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot it's a lot, right? And it's a lot. It's a lot. If you really start going down, like, you just watch my channel for like a couple days or whatever, and you'll see it's a lot. And it's not just my channel. It's just you just start asking questions about the paradigm, and it's a lot. But what's cool is that we live in a world where we don't have to get our answers answered from an institution. We can work together in like this and like building that spreadsheet and stuff, and do it ourselves, which is really exciting. It's really exciting to me.
Right. I think, Dave, in a previous conversation we had on the phone, you you had this term NPCs, just the people that kind of surround us, who they're nice and they, but they don't really have any interest in this. And you're right, it is a lot, and it's an interesting observation. I mean, it seems like we are of the type that just want to. We don't mind taking on more because we're hopelessly curious about what else there is, what else there could be. I want to pivot now, just a separate question here. Again, I just mentioned, like, John and I are very nuts and bolts kind of people, and I think that when I try to
Oh, I got between
message
the
or
eyes
make
again
videos
early
or
on.
scripted
Nice.
things, I'm consciously, purposefully trying to keep in mind the layperson, the skeptic, the uninitiated, who probably has an idea about Mars that isn't favorable. Like, oh, a bunch of tinfoil hat crazies think there's whatever on Mars. So I try to ground it as much as I can using messaging and communicating in a way that I feel would resonate with just the average Joe. I was reflecting on this the past few days, thanks to Spores MD. Thank you very much, Dave Multiverse.
You guys get a CARES app?
And it
Check out
opens me up.
Spores MD for all your
No.
all your needs.
He was looking for a
opens me
partial,
up,
and we
man.
decided
And I
Cloak's like the shit we want is probably not going to drop off him anyway for like the 10th time in a row.
when I need
There's a cloak in Hydro off trash that's shadow damage and hit. That is better than the Prince cloak.
to talk about
nice.
the
Hydro has like 3
human
items for me.
emotional attachment.
Besides, oh yeah, you don't use your set.
Yeah, like it's I fucking
here and tweet all day
I'm
long
gonna hate Hydro because I'm not even gonna look forward to bosses.
megalithic structures and
True.
this data and that data and Egyptian Giza scans and all
Well,
this.
dude, think about your resto
But at the end of
off-spec
the day,
gear.
What are we
I don't know.
really
That's so
talking
far
about?
away.
We're talking about people who lived much
We'll just switch to resto.
longer, in the
Please
distant
don't.
past. People just like
Yeah,
you
or
and
that.
I, who had
Yeah, I hope I can do
relationships
resto
just
so I can
like
give
you and I. There was
the
an
healer's
intense
drums.
emotional connection between
That'd be really funny.
It would be. That's why I don't know.
The rest,
probably more
actually,
so back
if you
then
went
because we're all
resto,
separate now and
you would
staring at
actually
each
be
other
put
through
in the
screens.
mage/healer
But
group with the shadow priest and mages.
I
Dude,
said to myself, I cannot lose sight of the fact that
So it actually wouldn't be a
if-
waste of drums because it would be
and
for
I'm
the
pretty
like
confident
3
on this,
mages
Dev,
and the shadow priest
what
and you.
we're reporting on through all of our work, not just about Mars, but if what we're reporting on is true, that there was this ancient civilization, let's just talk about Earth for a second, that existed on in the distant past that was advanced enough to build these megalithic structures, that was wiped out by some catastrophe, that we've forgotten exactly what the technology was, and who knows if there was some sort of alien intervention. Imagine what the movie version of that looks like. Like, let's just say we've got widespread adoption of this idea and that we've disassociated ourselves from the conventional academic institutional narrative. And now everyone's on board with, yeah, there was some Atlantean civilization, blah, 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 blah,
Let's
blah,
go.
blah. What does that frickin' movie look like? And I don't know if you guys have seen The Odyssey, you know.
Haven't.
Okay, when we have these, it's just a recent film, but we have plenty of sword and sandal movies to help us kind of interpret this question, right? To visualize and for us to experience this. And I'm a big movie guy, so I often cite movies. But I think that's, we love, as people, we love stories, and at the core of every good story is the emotion, the emotional attachment that we have with the people in the story and that they have with each other. And if what we're reporting on with Mars and with here on Earth is true, then we are talking about a very tragic tale of people who once lived who are no longer with us. And I wonder if we're sometimes forgetting about that aspect when we're reporting and discussing these things. And I wonder how each one of you has addressed this or has processed this question, or if you have at all. And if you have, I'm wondering what you can offer to me to help me communicate in this way, because this is one of the things I don't feel as though I'm gifted.
Yeah, Brian, if I may answer that question. Dr. Phil, you guys know Dr. Phil? He is on the UAP disclosure task force. And he is briefing President Trump on what effect disclosure will have on people, spiritually, emotionally, and on lots of levels. And they're working on a way of disclosing without distilling too much fear in people. And they'll have plans in place to deal with people that can't handle the truth. Because,
what's the plan for them? Round them up?
Like you're saying, Brian, it's a previous civilization that was destroyed, utterly destroyed. And I think people are, some of the people that view this topic stay away from it because it goes against their spiritual beliefs. They can't deal with the emotions of
two main
thinking
bosses so
about
far,
a
Neil, and they were
civilization
very
that was
fucking...
totally wiped off a planet's face.
I call them not great.
I think if we start addressing those
I've
concerns
noticed that a lot of bosses have very exploitable patterns.
A wider disclosure
Yeah.
movement.
And there's also a lot of bosses
Because we
that,
have
like,
an audience,
if you're blocking,
a huge chunk of society,
you could really
that
fucking
is
punish
avoiding
them.
the subject.
Even for like the
Yeah,
main bosses.
Various reasons.
Sometimes even just like I'll get into like like an auto attack string or whatever,
Humanity,
and
the human
because of the way the
aspect of it,
movement
the
works,
spiritual
it's like
aspect of
I'm
it will
like
count in
always
our
out of their
favor to
attack
really,
animations.
because there are people that are, you know, with the
did you fight the
UFO
fucking
disclosure now,
Crystal Sage
that are
fucking
starting
copy
to
boss?
question their religion.
Oh, was that like the
Faith.
illusionist guy?
Yeah. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was the one
Some
that was
people
fucking
get anxious.
As soon as he split up into
Other
clones
people
that
take
died in one hit,
advantage
they
of
were
them.
spamming fucking
You know,
seeking
Dr.
this
Phil
whole
likes
cast.
to
And I'm like, oh,
say, you
I
know,
don't
the
know
good
this boss
example is
at all.
someone
As he does
identify
like
someone
nothing in his
that
regular phase.
Yeah,
might
super fucking
be wary of this situation.
He had
They're
like two
scared.
regular
They
swings and then a
approach
heavy
these
swing
people and
like
say,
every
sell
time.
everything,
And that's
we'll
all he
buy
did.
you
I'm like, oh.
Well,
bus
yeah,
that
a
will
lot of
bury
them
in the
like seem
ground.
to share like there's not that many enemies, so there's not that many models. You know, like I sort of thought that like a mini boss or boss with like that fucking attack pattern like
Welcome
3
to Blue
times at this
Planet
point.
Red. I'm your host, Brian Corey Dobbs. Today,
You know?
we're addressing the extraordinary
Yeah.
claim.
I mean, I
that
do like the
rusted
combat
metal
from the
ruins
character
have
perspective.
been spotted on Mars.
Because like all
If
three of
you're
the
new to
weapons
Blue
I
Planet
have
Red, please watch
seem
the
like they're
award-winning Mars
fairly
Disclosure
different.
documentary of the same
Like
name.
the
Now
Claymore, the
streaming
Great Sword, and the
worldwide
Axes
on
are all
Amazon
very
Prime, cable
unique
video on demand, and other ad-supported
for their
streaming
swings and like the
networks.
patterns you can
Find
hit
all
with.
the links at blueplanetred.net.
Yeah, like the
Now
weapons.
for an extraordinary
Honestly, I've
look
only ever
at
used like the
rusted
main
metal
starting sword
ruins
and
on
the,
Mars. The images you'll see today were photographed
like
on
this
August 2nd,
axe and fucking dagger or
2022,
whatever.
also known as Sol
Also,
3551.
like that's like they have a
The
heavy
anomaly in
attack
question
string,
was
a
discovered
light
by
attack
John
string,
Ward. For
like
those
running
following
heavy,
along
running
at home,
running
here
light,
you can find these
and
source
then like you can
URLs
kind of mix
to
it up a
download
bit,
the
but like
images
that's
for
not.
yourself. If you're
I
accessing
don't know.
through Endless Notebook,
It's
here's the
fun,
ID number you need
but it's
to
not
use.
I like that
The
it's a-
first black and white
Yeah, I
image
like
you
that
see
there's
is
a-
what
like
NASA
resets.
published on their
I like that the
website
heavy
in
attack string into
2022.
the
We
light
can clearly
attacks
see
nicely.
the
Yeah.
rugged terrain with a large block on
But I
the
feel
right
like it
side,
rewards you for using
but
your
in the
other tools, like your
foreground, we
gun and
see
your
something
fucking
that
skill and your
doesn't
fucking,
quite
you know.
fit.
Yeah. Like
Zooming
it's not like quite
in
canceling, but
reveals
like you can weave
quite
in
an
shit
odd
very easily.
structure. The
Like I know, like the Claymore, it's
obstructive
like two
grid
light
pattern
swings
that
that a heavy swing
overlays
does,
the
like the
image is
pommel
called a
attack,
Bayer filter, which we'll
Mhm.
discuss more in a
which
moment.
is cool. Which
Ignoring
I
the
like doing
filter
because I
for
like hitting
now,
with the
we
fucking
can clearly see
one end of the sword.
that this structure is both
fair.
smooth and jagged, organized by both horizontal and vertical elements, and it seems to have regular horizontal layers that maintain a consistent path through the vertical pieces. So the first question you might ask is, well, is this a rock? I don't know, man. I've never seen a rock that looks like this, and what makes it really weird is that it's just kind of out of place. There's nothing else like it in the area. Now, I'm not a geologist, so if there's anybody out there who's ever seen anything like that found in nature, please let me know. To clarify, we can see that there's a rugged landscape in the background, but there is no jagged rocky piece that extends out
like
that
council
far
boss
from
fights
the ground. This structure
that are
in
just
the
like a bunch of
foreground
mobs
has a
that like
lot
with
of
like one big
surface
shared
area
health, you know, kind of like
exposed,
skeleton lords.
leading us to wonder how
Dude,
a
one of those
rock
challenges
could
was actually
maintain
kind of
its
fucked up.
structural
Like
integrity
off those
without
little obelisks
breaking
that give you like the
down
upgrade
over
material.
millions of years
I went to
of
one of them
wind
and summoned like
erosion.
two of those big base
Granted, wind
guys
erosion
at the
isn't
same
Yeah,
time.
dude, I know the
strong
exact.
on
I know the one you're
Mars
thinking of.
relative to
And
Earth,
I'm like
but
sitting there like, okay, come
still,
at me, fucking
we're
shitty
talking
ghosts or
millions of
random
years,
mobs, and
and
then
it's
summoned
just
two of those guys. Like, wait,
distinctly
fuck.
different from the surrounding landscape
Some of
in
them
this
definitely
one
fucked.
obvious way. Fortunately, we can actually get a better look at this thing using NASA's Analyst Notebook. It's here where I discovered color versions of this photograph. That Bayer filter I mentioned a moment ago actually encodes color information, which allows NASA to render a color photograph.
XP and gold curve feels
The problem
weird.
is,
Like I'm not getting
NASA
much more
doesn't
like gold
release
or
these
XP from
better,
mobs. It feels
higher
like,
quality
I
color
don't-
versions of these
despite being like what I would
photographs
think. Like
on their website.
you know,
gotta
like
go
apps.
through this convoluted
Are
tool
you
mid-game point?
called the Analyst Notebook.
Well,
which
maybe that's because
requires a
they buffed the
login.
early game
You need
golden
a little training to figure out how it works.
soul
And
stuff.
sifting through these images is not intuitive. It's
Yeah,
just
I'm open to it. Maybe
chore.
like so, like I haven't been to the southern
It's
area
just really
yet,
strange.
which I'm assuming
Why
is
would
like
they
the second
have
half
the
of the
better
game.
quality stuff behind this
And like maybe shit down there
convoluted
is like
system
much better.
instead of just accessible on the website like they do with the black and white
Or you know,
photographs? I don't know. Anyway, for a better look
XP
into
and drops
these
and shit.
images, let's go to Jean Ward in South Africa, who's a Mars researcher and the one who originally discovered this anomaly.
Hello, Brian. Let's take a look at this compelling photograph taken by the rover Curiosity on the 2nd of August 2022. This is the photograph many of you might be familiar with. It was taken by the mast cam or mast camera on Sol 3551. So for context, biofiltering is applied to these grayscale photographs and they encode color data in the photograph to limit the file size. So let's have a look at the area highlighted there. We'll zoom in and then I'll show you what the encoding looks like. You can see this grid-like pattern that is applied to the photograph, and each of these pixels represents a specific color. And here we're looking at that photograph where the color has already been extracted and it was uploaded to the NASA analyst's notebook. So let's have a closer look at
hello,
the
a good
anomaly
roast dinner.
highlighted in the
I mean, this is a
bottom
good
part of this
game despite
photograph.
my rage at it.
Let's see what Topaz Labs Gigapixel does with the image upscale of this strange anomaly. Deconvolution is used in this process.
How are you liking it so far? Like, how far are you? Or are you just at the beginning?
Uses Topaz products because of the deconvolution methodology it uses. So let's upscale this to 1.5 times original size.
Yeah,
And I'll show you
I don't know, man.
what the
It's hard to like get
parameters
motivated for like 10 spell power.
allow us to do.
Especially with like
So
VT and
it's
Hydrall and shit
used
coming
the
out.
standard V2
Yeah.
upscaling model, and we're applying the original settings.
Normally, I'd have my
So if
people
you
in
look at
cover, but
the
on retaliation
surrounding
missions,
terrain,
they'll almost always target civilians
looks a
over
bit
your unit. So you
waxy
can kind of
and
just be
too
reckless.
smooth. So let's bring down the noise filter. We can start making out better detail. The surrounding terrain is starting to look a little
Alright,
more
86%
natural,
chance
so
to hit.
let's continue adjusting those parameters.
Good.
Until we get to
85% chance to hit.
type of image.
Oh,
this is
yeah.
starting to look better.
It's so triggering, man. It doesn't make any sense. It's like in no way would anyone ever miss a shot like that, but yet your soldiers somehow do it. Like
clicking, that's what it looks like without the upscaling.
Like if you're next to someone on the, you should get 100% chance
with the upscaling
to hit.
applied.
It's just simple. Like if you're standing on them,
toggle
basically.
Between the two versions, you can see gigapixel upscales, preserving edges and details. The deconvolution algorithm applied here.
Yep. And that's kind of why this game, I call this game garbage.
Right, so to the left, we're looking at an enlargement.
And I really just play this game because I hate myself or something. I don't know why.
And the image to the right is an upscale using.
And the thing is, like when you land shots, you shouldn't. It doesn't even feel good because it's like you just got lucky, right? I don't know.
Notebook. It's very bright. And there's very little contrast. So what I've done is I've applied some contrast and I've decreased the brightness. So let's zoom in on that strange object. We've got layers parallel with one another, boxed in areas.
Like, because another problem with this game is like it doesn't matter how good you play or plan things out.
And as well as that, the outside looks as if it's been
it's a massive skill issue for sure.
And then also the edges look as if they've rusted away.
Like, oh man, I'm so bad at the
This
game.
characteristic pattern. If you look at items here on Earth that rust away,
If you can always get high ground, it boosts your aim a lot.
We're left with these strange shapes. For Mars disclosure, this is Jean Ward in South Africa.
I would say don't be afraid to save scum a lot.
Broken edges.
That's really it, because
arguably the most telling aspect.
it's like I'm sure you probably know, like you try and only fight one group of aliens at a time. Don't let them counterattack you,
metal,
etc., etc.
Compare these jagged edges with photos of rusted metal here on Earth. It's not hard to see the obvious similarities.
Yeah, getting close also helps.
Produces the same fractal patterns, either when it's exposed to oxygen and water, or when it's exposed to carbon dioxide, as is the case with the Mars atmosphere currently. I argue that anybody with a trace of common sense would at least consider the possibility that what we're looking at here is not simply a rock, You know, Nasty
It's hard
wants
to
to
like
say,
say because
you're just seeing things. That's
like so many
pareidolia.
things can just go wrong
And in
for
my
you
opinion, I think
that
that's
is
just
out
a
of your
really
control.
lazy way of trying to
And like you have
debunk
no way of knowing
all
that it's going to
these
go that
anomalies that we
sideways
see
for
on
you,
Mars.
right?
Hundreds
Like on a
of
mission
anomalies that we see on Mars, and NASA's
where you're
just like,
concealed, you go, you find a group of enemies, and like you attack them, and that turn another group of enemies happens to patrol around and then aggroes you too. So then suddenly you're like being attacked by two groups of enemies when you're trying to get only one group.
You're just
And it's like you couldn't have known that because
it is there.
you haven't seen them yet, and usually you're on like a timed mission too because of that. So it's like you're trying to move, but you're on a timer.
Many anomalies. It just seems like, look, man, there's something going on here. You can't just explain all this away with.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's the
just
ruler
my
snake.
take. Now, what do you guys think?
The
Please let me
rulers
know
are
in the comments.
insane. Like,
if you're interested to know more about Mars Disclosure, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you haven't already, please watch Blue Planet Red.
you
Now
really
streaming
have to
on
kind of
Amazon,
like,
cable video on
you have
demand,
to cheese
and other
them. You
ad-supported
have to,
streaming
like, you
networks.
need
For
someone,
more
like,
information, please visit
if you can get a
blueplanetrred.net.
Reaper and
Be sure to
have
check
them
out our
scout
merchandise.
ahead
We've
to
got some really
give you
cool stuff there.
information,
Thank
that
you very
helps
much.
so much. Because half the battle is knowing, right? So I would say use the Reaper as much as you can. What else? Like you try and want to like set up kill zones and bait rulers into it, especially the snake and the Berserker Queen. Oh my god. A Reaper is the unit. Reaper is the one that throws the claymore and has the ability to go shadow. Yeah, but Cal. There's a pattern, but like. Oh yeah, the Berserker Queen is disgusting. But like there's a pattern, sure, but like you can't know there. I mean, okay. You could predict that something could patrol around, but you don't know exactly when in there. And then if you're also timed, you don't have time to like sit and make sure. You could, in theory, memorize every single pattern, I guess. Also, you do get a benefit. Like when you beat the rulers, it lets you make unique armor, and they're all pretty good. So if you do get them, you do get a good reward. Like the Berserker armor, the Berserker Queen armor, and yeah. And see, that's how a Reaper will come in good, because you can see them there, and say you can have your sniper set up in the back, have everyone spread out properly, and then, your sniper takes the shot, aggroes it, and then everyone can converge on it, or take their shots too. There's also ways to cheese it as well. But then the ways to cheesing it are also RNG based too, so I don't know. It's like, I don't know if you've seen the weapon attachments where it has like a % chance to instantly kill the target. Those work on the rulers. So you, in theory, could just have someone point it, repeater procs, and they just instantly die, and then you're good. Also, wait, is there just another Faceless on this map somewhere? I thought there was. And then say, like, if you're not on a timed mission, a good tactic is, like, you have someone go up to aggro them and bring them back to all your troops that are sitting in advantageous positions. Aw. I'll say more things as they come to me. Ah, there he is. I knew it was a faceless left on the map. See, you could use the Ranger, but I would have a Reaper. ID it first, so you're not aggroed with it, but you can see where it is, and then if you have a sniper, you can hit it with squad sight, which will bring it then into you, and also hopefully do a good amount of damage. That's true, Cal. It's just the issue is you're on a timer. It's like, what about the other two? On the covert, like, you know the covert ring? Here, maybe I can just finish this mission and show you. But there's like, you know how you send people out to do missions? There should be one that says, like, make contact with the Reaper headquarters. And then after you make contact with them, they give you a Reaper. Okay. Yeah, it's just, the more you play, you know, obviously the more information you get. Like, that's what this game is too, like, just knowing how things will work or not work. Like, what I'm doing right now is bad. I'm gambling hard right now. Oh my god. He doesn't have any more grenades, and he's gonna miss. Oh my god. Yeah, because the higher your soldiers' ranks gets, oh my god, this is gonna be fucking rough. Oh, wait, okay. Because if you make a guerrilla tactics school building, here, let me get out of this mission, and then it'll be a lot easier to show you what I'm... Oh wait, there's still more?
Oh my god. What the fuck?
There is a
The
building you can
Tarkor
make
system is actually dog shit?
called, like, the resistance ring, and that lets you
What?
send covert actions out.
These, like, tar stones or whatever, to level them up to max. At least I think this is max. You need to use tar cores, which you get a tar core each time you level a stone up to level 2. So you have to constantly be fucking swapping your stones to make sure you're leveling them up.
Oh
to get
my
fucking
god, there they are.
materials to level up the stones you actually want to use.
That's annoying as shit.
Which is fucking, like, isn't that's super crazy.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Like, I might... This is a thing where I, like, just straight up would, like, probably consider, like, a cheat engine or something for these materials, unless there's a different way to get them that I'm
I'm
not...
too afraid to name my soldiers, because then I'll get
not
attached to
seeing.
them, and then they die. And I feel bad because I let them die.
Wait, there's a Karazhan that's Prince only bow hard resed.
I mean, you should go.
Yeah, I just messaged the guy. It's only a healer and a druid right now, or a one tank, one healer, but that's fucking fine.
That run should feel pretty fast. I would imagine.
Yeah. A lot of people go just fucking for Prince anyway.
So you should Holy Warrior this guy. Nice.
I would. I wanted it, but not enough to do an entire Karazhan.
That's fair.
But if I could walk into Karazhan and just do Prince, that's an entirely different fucking.
That's true. That is a very different.
You know.
Holy,
experience.
holy. He didn't fall? What is... Wait, is he bugged? He can't... Oh, wait. What? What is this game? +1 to this game is garbage point.
Hmm?
Hopefully it fills up pretty fast.
I bet it would for just Prince. I don't think there's anything I need from just Prince.
Like, this guy not being able to move is so troll. I don't even...
Yeah, he drops the Ring of 1,000 marks, which is 21 stam, 19 hit, 23 crit, and 44 attack power. Other than that, I don't think he does much. Yeah, the ring is
Damn,
good.
okay, that's pretty lucky.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just gambling here. And then if... Aw. R.I.P. Jenkins. That grenade was my backup plan. He should go for civilians. Oh, but he's stasising? That's also fine. Like, that is so troll that he's just there like that. Oh, he has stasis thing himself. Okay, whatever, sure. Just end it. Is he going to end his stasis and then immediately go kill a civilian? Or is he going to kill one of my troops? Yeah, intel is brutal in this game. Apparently, there's no civilians for him to shoot, so he was going to shoot my soldiers irregardless. And it feels bad because even if you're sitting gathering intel at the Reaper place, you still feel like you're not really getting anything. Also, yeah, I've tilted. I've full on tilted this run. or this mission. Like this guy up here, unable to move, is actually going to be the reason why someone dies. Yeah, upgrading your weapons is very, very important. Oh, you cape. See, look at that low intel pop up. Yeah, the exosuit is so clutch because the rocket's range is so long too, right? But here, she's a Reaper, for example. I don't know if you've seen her. And why she's also so good, because missions where you're not concealed when you start, she still will be concealed. And then she has an ability to also conceal herself again. And remote start and Claymore don't take her out of stealth. Like she really can abuse the game. And then here, let me show you. Over here, there's covert operations. And like, Cradle Mox is a skirm. Like, okay, like see how I pull up covert actions and it's this button right here. It brings up this menu, and then see how I can locate the Templars? When I have my soldiers do this, and then after 15 days, I'll recruit a Templar. So that's the thing, you just look for the Reapers, like it'll be Reapers, locate faction, and then you do that. But it should have this. Then this is also how you can permanently kill Chosen. Because these are 3 parts, and on the 3rd part, it lets you do a mission to assault the Chosen Citadel, and if you win that battle, they're gone for good. Dang. Well, this should be a big help. Interesting. Are you... Oh, maybe it's War of the Chosen. I mean, you're playing XCOM 2 default. Maybe that's why. Go to the menu. Alright, yeah. Because, like, these are not in the original game. And then make sure to always build a guerrilla tactics school, because that will let you have up to 5 and then 6 soldiers, depending on when your soldiers reach certain ranks. And there's other upgrades too that are good. Like, I want to go rescue my skirmisher, but this +4 aim bonus is pretty huge. So I'm waiting until my Reaper recovers until I send her. Then I'll send her and she can go do it. Which is only 1 more day. Oh. Okay. Well, the thing is, you do create Gatecrasher, another mission, and then the 3rd mission, no matter what, should give you a Reaper and Mox. And that's within the first, like that's your 3rd mission. It should have you do a forced scene where you meet them. Because you get the story of lore, and then you use the Reaper, and then you use the Skirmisher, Pradle Mox. Okay, let me go to this main menu real quick. Like you go new game, ignore the difficulty, do that, and then you hit next. So if you have this and this enabled, you should be forced to do a mission where you use that exact Reaper plus another unique class, which is the Skirmisher. And if you're encountering rulers already, I feel like should have been way past this point. And there's also the toggle advanced options. If you didn't want to start with a Reaper or whatever, you could do Skirmisher or Templar. Oh, turn off that. Oh. Oh. That'll do it, yeah. So then you're probably on a save that was before all this. Yeah, that would make sense. It is a fun game, but it just does have a lot of like upsetting situations. Like my first playthroughs, I save scummed non-stop. I'd rather have you start clearing debris. And then something else that can help. Well, if you're going from an old save before the Chosen, I have no idea. I don't think you can. But if you start a new game, like I said, you'll get the Reaper on mission 2 or mission 3, depending. I can't remember, even though I've played through it a bunch of times. I think it goes Gatecrasher. Goes the first mission, the second, and then the third mission is, I forget the name of it, but the mission where you get to use the Reaper and the Skirmisher. I mean, you might be able to go into like your options and yeah, I would start over then. And then I'm guessing you didn't play XCOM 1, but there's such a thing as, hold on, let me go back to the main menu. There's this not created equal option, but this is from a mod. It's not in the base game, but it was in the base game for the first XCOM. And I enjoy this because it randomizes your base stats for all your soldiers. So instead of everyone being carbon copies of each other, they're actually humans and they'll have different aim or like HP pools or defense or movement or something like that. Like this just makes it a lot more enjoyable for me. Oh, are you on console? You might be able to still go into the Steam Workshop and look for not created equal. I don't know how it works on console. Because if you can access the Steam page on, let me Google it. Aw, dang. Yeah, there's no way to get that mod. That's unfortunate. Fair. Just for example, like here, let's look at these guys. Like this guy has 58 base aim, which is pretty bad because the normal default aim is 65. She's at 64, but she's got 5 HP to start. Those people are promoted. There's another recruit at 62 aim, but also 5 HP. There is an insane amount of mods. And the voice pack for Freeman, that sounds sick. Here, select op. Rescue Mox, put Elena there to get +4 aim. Just a random rookie, go with her. Firm action. Yeah, it's funny watching things go horribly wrong for other people, I must say. That's probably why Cow the Duck watches me, because I just throw runs nonstop because I play like a dumbass. Alright. I am gonna take a break though. Oh, nice. Well, that works out. Hope you have get some good sleep and good rest of your night. A good roasting. And Cal, I'm XCOM'd out for now, so I'm gonna eat some food and then play the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So no more XCOM planned for now.
Do you want to do Prince Nick?
No, I'm okay. Thanks, though.
Roger that. Thanks for coming by as always, Cal. I'm glad I can entertain someone at least with my suffering.
Which I'm not sure we need a second tank, because I think we have a druid tank, but Oh, one of the warrior tanks just realized it was Prince only.
Jesus Christ.
How are they so stupid?
I don't know how people are this slow. I really don't.
Parazan players, dude.
Like, that's insane. No, but like, how do you not even read what you're signing up to? It says it clearly. If I was there, I would be messaging these people like, "Oh, is reading hard for you, bud?"
Well, we walked in the instance, and I could see the moment Weezo did. That he saw the fucking notification for like, oh, only 2 bosses available, and he's just like turned around, like keyboard turning out, and I'm like, oh, fucking
Typical. Be expected, even. All right, it's time to get into the rebirthing.
Rebirth-a-thon. Oh yeah, brother.
New game. Check. All bonus items related to save data has been found. Okay.
Wouldn't
Wait.
surprise me since it's a correct version. It just gave it to you regardless.
I know, you think they would do that, but it really wasn't that hard to figure out once I just actually read it. How would the game know? And dynamic difficulty. Enemy difficulty adjusts automatically based on your skill level?
I think it's like if you die, like maybe like the next attempt it's easier.
Well, it's weird because it also says select this if you love the thrill of the fight. And then normal is the standard difficulty. Select this if you want to fully experience battles as well as the story.
It's possible that dynamic difficulty also, like, if you're like steamrolling through stuff, makes it like harder, maybe.
That's
I was
just
thinking about it as like the other way, but maybe it's, you know.
I think I'm just gonna
maybe
do normal.
It's designed to keep it challenging. I think I would just do normal in this year. Feeling spicy.
Well, if it was just straight up hard mode, I'd feel spicy, but like dynamic is just, I don't know.
You don't like the thrill of the fight, huh?
You know what? Okay, I'm Googling it. What's right now? What? All right. Oh, that's lame. It's just level scaling.
Oh, that's.
No
So
thanks.
just scales to whatever you're currently.
I don't like level scaling.
Yeah. Okay. Nice, we're just getting a cutscene of the last part of the game. Oh, they're playing the Sephiroth music. Also, was I right that this is a remix of the Advent version of Sephiroth's theme, One Winged Angel?
I'm waiting.
You know?
I think so. I don't. It's been a long time, but I'm like 90% sure that it is. Because I remember thinking like I think a similar thing.
Expressway.
Okay.
The scene is indescribable. Countless buildings have been leveled, and part of the road has collapsed. The smoke rising from the rubble is reminiscent of a funeral pyre. Of course, this is only the most recent in a series of crises. Multiple reactor bombings, followed by the fall of the Sector 7 plate, culminating in this unprecedented destruction, caused by a massive tornado which swept through Sectors 0, 1, and 2.
Oh.
After a briefing with Shinra investigators, Mayor Domino released a statement declaring the tornado to be, quote, weather warfare, perpetrated by the infamous insurgent group known as Avalanche. The administration also suspects the involvement of Wutai, and has begun investigations into the matter.
We didn't get to see this at the end of the remake, Midgar getting wrecked. Now we get to see it now. Oh, okay.
Of course, this is only the most recent in a series of crises. Multiple reactor bombings, followed by the fall of the Sector 7 plate.
Boy, that tornado really did a number on the city.
I thought another reactor blew up.
Which must have been caused by the tornado.
Wait, what the hell?
When it rains,
How does Zack have Cloud in the current timeline like this?
It's because this is a 1-to-1. This wasn't the end
search
of
and
the game.
rescue operations are already in progress.
We still have one suspect.
But they walked out. How is...
Armed with a buster sword.
This isn't linear from the end of the last game.
Okay, but Zack shouldn't be here with Cloud right now.
This isn't the end of the last game where you picked off.
But they just talked about the whisper. Oh, are you?
The rescue team has pulled people from the rubble.
This picks up at a point. This is not a 1-to-1 where you picked up the end of the game in the last events.
Okay. I don't. My mind is being blown. Like, what the fuck is going on right now?
It's setting you up at a point further in the story that hasn't taken place yet that you're gonna do later, but it's starting you out where it ended in the storytelling.
But Zack carried Cloud in the past, but now he's in the future, is what I'm saying.
It's because Zack was still alive at the end of the first game.
Yeah, but
Revealed that. You don't know how Zack got to Cloud. You don't know the events that took place that left Midgar in that state. But it's starting off at a point. It's essentially showing you a point in the future that hasn't taken place yet where the game started.
Too much Mako, but he'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, this is. I mean, it's something that happened, but I don't know. It's essentially non-linear for what's happening. It's telling the story out of order.
It's like fucking Final Fantasy VIII. Do you remember the dreams?
Yeah, I guess. But this is
like, think of like Berserk, where the first episode was like he's the Black Swordsman, but then it goes back to tell the story of how he got that way.
okay, but this is like, this may as well be a different game, and the first game's story may not have happened. Like,
let it cook.
Okay, all right.
Get away from her! He's got a buster sword! Bye! You tried! Heads up!
God, Zach fucking owns.
Dude, Zach. Fucking.
Don't forget the dog. Yeah.
Thank you.
Where's the ancient? Heads are gonna roll if we don't find her. Just shut the hell up and search.
Oh my god, I think we found the tank.
Nice.
Dude.
This is so messed up. All of it. But I'm back now, Aerith. I'm back.
Oh my god, we have a fucking 1931 Prot Warrior.
Nice.
I can
He's gonna
DPS
see
without
the
concern.
H hard and fucking leave. What is even in there for him?
I'm assuming maybe the ring, actually. The ring, the DPS rate, like the 1,000 marks, like that would be good for Prot.
Does that make sense?
All right then. Seeing as we've got the time, want to tell the rest of us about you and your buddy Sephiroth?
Oh, he's here for funsies.
Sure. If
Ah.
Tifa doesn't mind.
Me? Yeah, no problem. It's cool.
It all started 5 years ago. I was 16 at the time. There was hardly any work for soldiers back then. And what little there was boring as hell. My heart wasn't in it. Then, out of nowhere, the job of a lifetime came. A mission with Sephiroth. I couldn't believe my luck. It's really coming down, huh? Hey man, feeling any better? I'm good. Sure don't look it. Wish I could help, but never been motion sick. Sorry, man. Ready to do this?
Yeah, you bet.
Hey, rein it in.
Sorry. No can do.
Kids.
Say, I'd like to be briefed on the mission at some point. Because if it's another one of those Turks gigs, you can let me off right here.
Really?
Finally make first, and what do? Call a ceasefire with Wutai. Stealing my shot at glory. I didn't join Soldier to be an errand boy. I joined up so I could be a hero, like you.
Well, our mission is to survey a rundown reactor.
I never thought that getting a fucking Prince group would be this fucking hard.
Right, dude, I'm surprised.
Well, I mean, I heard people can't read nowadays, and it seems like that's true.
Dude, I'm shocked by the amount of people that like joined group, saw it was Prince Dead and Prince only, and then left.
Got some fiends in our 12.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, that is just incompetence on another level. Like,